What's up, guys? Shadow Rockstar here once again. It is freaking cold, so I put my hood on and turned the volume way up on my headphones, and we're gonna shoot this video. All right, this is I get ridiculously lucky in this one, but you'll see how it goes. This game is against Chance13, so very lucky right off the bat. I've got 3 trade. There's 2 cheap scrappers. Definitely gonna pick those up. Already starting off on the right foot. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to get early scrap, because scrap builds on itself over time, right? The first 2 scraps don't seem like a big deal, but then now you have a more efficient deck. But then the next 2 scraps and the next 2 scraps give you a really efficient deck. So scrap is exponentially better, and the earlier you can get it, the better it is, because you get to reap the benefits of scrap much earlier. Picks up the Needle Answer, which is a really, really good card. I love that card a lot. So interesting here is he has 5 trade. So in theory, he could have just gotten the Security Craft. But what he's indicating here by getting Needle Answer and going with Explorer, 1, he's giving himself a chance to get 2 trade. And then 2, he's allowing himself to go aggressive and to win without having to pick up the huge cards. I actually like this play better, even though I really love Security Craft as a card. The hard part is, though, is even if you pick up Security Craft, there's no guarantee that you're going to have enough trade to actually get the Peacekeeper or the Flagship to combo with Security Craft to really make it good. Again, remember, the trading post wasn't there when he bought the Needle Dancer. So I like this play. I think it's actually the best play given the board state. So then, of course, I pick up Security Craft because, like I said, it's a great card. Him picking up the Needle Answer also makes Trading Post's value go down a little bit because it's more likely he's going to kill it. If he didn't pick up damage, Trading Post's value goes up because then it's likely that you'll be able to keep it around for turn 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, Security Craft, always a good card. 4 damage, 3 heal. Can't go wrong. Getting Cargo Rocket would have been nice. Cargo Rocket, another one of my new favorite cards. So he actually did the same thing he did before. He decided not to get Trading Post. I think Trading Post actually is the better play here. Yes, I do have Security Craft. Yes, I could destroy it, but Security Craft is my only damage. It's likely that Trading Post is going to stick around a little longer, given the way my deck looks. But I still like this play, because he did pick up, the Cargo Rocket, he did pick up the Explorer, and those are scrappable cards, whereas Trading Post technically is a scrappable card, but oftentimes you want to keep it around. And so what's nice is, like, he'll be able to get rid of these cards in his deck later, and he'll be able to maintain his efficiency. So I like this play. Yeah. But it does allow me to pick up Trading Post, which is good. Hey, look, Trading Post replaced with Trading Post. And he gets Trading Post anyway. So this is good. This is fine. He's got good trade. He's got good damage. I'm buying Explorers now. And so, notice what happened. The board changed quite a bit all of a sudden. Trading Post left and it got replaced with an 8-drop. And this got replaced with an 8-drop. So now we have 8, 8, 6, 6, 6. So all of a sudden, it's become an arms race. It's become a trade race. And Chance had already prepared for that. He already picked up 2 Explorers. He already picked up the Cargo Rocket. He's got a really good shot of picking up pretty much anything that he wants, or at least having his choice of the 6-drops. I, on the other hand, do not have the same level of flexibility, so it's going to be difficult for me to actually win the arms race. Yep. Good job. Buy those Explorers. Give yourself the opportunity to pick this up. You want to maximize your opportunities to trade. Boom, boom, boom. Scrap it. Go. Yeah. And notice I kept my Explorer too for that same reason. I'm a very big proponent of scrapping your Explorers right away. But in this case, because they're so expensive, I'm going to want to save it and try to get something else later. So that was kind of the plan. See, and this is why you scrap Vipers, right, guys? No. You scrap Scouts because Scouts suck. Vipers deal damage, Scouts do not. That's why you scrap Scouts. However, in this case, scrapping Vipers is the better play. And he picks up Peacekeeper, and he puts up a base that I can't destroy. Oh, Lord. Things are not looking hot here. Not looking hot. But we did pick up Central Station, so that's pretty good. That's more trade. That's trade that he has to kill. It's the only card we could afford. It does work with our deck. Maybe it'll trigger Security Craft, and that will give me the 8 trade I need to pick up Nanobot Swarm. Yeah. So we're kind of jockeying for position at this point. Like, we're both trying to maximize our trade. We're both trying to pick up those big cards, and you know, that's how we win the game. And of course, he gets his 8 trade, and Nanobot swarms. Now, he makes a bit of a mistake here. He didn't realize that these two combo. If he scraps the cargo rocket, he can top deck the Nanobot swarm. But instead, he puts it into his deck. Would have been much, much better to top deck the Nanobot swarm. The Nanobot swarm does really, really well on the first cycle. You know, because it draws first, it's much better on the first cycle. Whereas the arc, because it draws after the scrap, is much better on the last cycle. Because you play it, you scrap the 2 cards, you draw the 2 cards. Whereas with the Nanobot Swarm, you play it, you draw the 2 cards, then you scrap. Top decking a Nanobot Swarm is very, very advantageous versus top decking an arc, where it's a little bit less advantageous. So, luckily, yours truly has just enough damage to kill that, and I get the Obliterator. He is starting to acquire bases, and I need some damage. I need to start kicking through. I might be able to trigger this with a 13, but it's more about just, hey, look, it's a bunch of damage in a card, and it potentially has a card draw. And I'm just looking to get damage. I like it better than the Flagship in this case. Even though I do have blues, and Flagship does draw. Yep, Needle Lancer. So it's a little unfortunate. His Needle Lancer hasn't had a chance to really go off yet. It is a really good card, in my opinion, but it is something, it does require synergy. So, good. Scrap the Explorers. You don't need them anymore. These are all good plays. What did he buy? I should have been paying attention. He bought the Stellar Reef. No, he didn't. No, he bought the Missile Bot. See, this play I don't like. You're getting rid of your Explorer, which is good, right? You want to make your deck more efficient, but you're picking up Stellar Reef, which is essentially the same card. Yeah, it's a base. Yeah, it'll sit out there, but it does the same thing. It gives you a little bit of trade and scraps for damage. You're getting rid of an Explorer and making your deck more efficient, but then by getting Stellar Reef, you're making your deck inefficient again. You're not increasing the efficiency of your deck. So I actually don't like this play. I think this is the first mistake Chance has made. Yep. 1 damage and a card draw, potentially docking. Love it. Easy buy. More cycles, more draws. Yeah, Nanobot Swarm. Wow, looking good. Scrap those shitty cards. Yeah, see? This is what I mean. He drew into a card that he didn't really want to draw into. It didn't really help him. Boom. Big damage. Let's go. Just enough. See? That's the other reason I like Central Station. Is it's a damage sponge. Like, they have to kill it. So it basically is an outpost. This is a little bit of an unfortunate turn. He doesn't get the kind of trade that he wants. And he does scrap, which is good, but he wasn't able to get rid of that Stellar Reef either. Yeah, see, and now he's adding Explorers. Again, this is another mistake. This is adding an efficiency to a deck that actually should become more efficient. When you have Nanobot Swarm, the whole point is to get rid of your starters and acquire really good cards, and then hit those cards over and over and over again. By buying Explorers here, what you're doing is you're actually making your deck worse. He should just trust in his deck, trust in the Nanobot Swarm, trust that he'll have enough damage to get through, and let the efficiency take over. I'm at 32 life. The likelihood of me catching up is going to be pretty slim. I do luck out, and I managed to get the Mega Hauler. I'm definitely concerned about my life total, and Mega Hauler will help me overcome trade deficiencies if big cards come out. And see, now I'm also becoming more efficient too. I scrapped, I got rid of those explorers. I gotta be efficient so I can make my draws. You have to increase the likelihood of you getting those cards. Nice, nice. This is a really good play. Yep, definite. And left 3 on the board. He didn't buy explorers anymore. He's smart. At least, he realized his mistake before. He was like, okay, I don't need them no more. Boom, boom, boom. Hit it. Deal the damage. Don't need any more cards. 5, 6. Oh, wait. And then 6. Okay, so here's another mistake he made. He could have played the God, what's the name of that card again? Construction hauler. No. Uh this one. Drawing a blank. I don't know. Ah. God. Whatever. It's the card that lets you top deck a 4-drop and then or a 4-cost ship. And then you can scrap and draw a card. So what he should have done is he could have played it, top decked an explorer. No, wait. Did he have enough trade? Basically, I want him to top deck the flagship by scrapping the cargo rocket. Instead of getting this, he could have top decked it. Because again, this card is going in your discard pile, and he's got 13 cards left. So he's not going to see any benefit from this card. If he top decks the flagship, he will see the benefit right away. He should be going in for the kill right now. So what he could have done is, let's see, what card does he get with this? Oh, see, he doesn't even get a card. Yeah. So what he should have done is got an Explorer, top deck the Explorer, scrap this to draw the Explorer, play the Explorer, scrap that to put the flagship on top of his deck. Yeah. And that's just a mechanics thing. This happened to me in another game where you're so focused on one thing, you don't stop to think out your plays and realize what you can do. Now it's time for us to get incredibly lucky. I mentioned this in the beginning. Here it is. I Mega Hauler into the Colossus. And then I draw the Colossus. And then I draw 4 cards. And then I scrap twice. And then I get the flag, or then I get the freaking summit site. And then I top deck the summit site at the Mega Hauler. So yeah. It's kind of crazy because Chance was actually playing pretty darn well, even though I think he made a few critical mistakes. But honestly, I don't think those mistakes would have sunk him if I didn't get the Colossus. Me getting the Colossus allowed me to end the game in 2 turns. But if I don't get the Colossus, I think he ends up winning. I really do. I think he ends up winning because the Colossus just allowed me to do all this stuff, even with the Mega Hauler. So, yeah, I got incredibly lucky, but Chance was definitely playing well and had a plan. And for the most part, I think could have had just not added those Explorers and let the Nanobot Swarm win. Given a little bit more time, I think he would have won. So it's unfortunate that I got that lucky, but at the same time, there were a few mistakes, Chance, you could have made, you could have fixed. But overall, I still think it was a weird game, weird game. There's just that period where there were so many big things in the trade row and both of us were shooting for it. And a lot of times it ends up kind of just being, all right, who gets lucky enough to actually break through and pick up a few of those cards on the trade row? And typically that's the person that wins. So overall, I thought you played pretty well, but a few critical mistakes, and when your opponent gets that lucky, then nothing you can do. It's just it kind of turned against you. But well played. Well played overall. Like, just that's the thing. The higher up you go in level, 1 or 2 mistakes become critical. Versus when you're playing at a little bit lower level, you don't necessarily see the impact of the mistakes. And same thing with some of the other games that I was playing, where I would make one or two mistakes, and I'd be like, oh, I can overcome this, but I shouldn't have to overcome it. So realizing sort of the impact of every decision and taking every decision into account and thinking about a lot of different factors, it's important. It's how you win. Cool, dude. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. See y'all later.